Morning all. So there's a couple of people just getting a bit stuck on completing the square, how you solve, and then how to sketch the graph and get the turning point from it. So I'm just going to go through two quick examples. So remember, if you've got a quadratic first of all in this format, completing the square is when you're going to write something in the form x plus a all squared plus b. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to half the middle term. So half of 4 is 2. That makes it x plus 2 all squared. You square the end term, so 2 squared is going to give me 4. Instead of 4, we want minus 2, so I need to subtract a total of 6. From there, when it comes to the solving, it's the same as we've always done. Lines down the side. To get rid of the minus 6, we're going to add 6. That gives me x plus 2 all squared is equal to 6. We're then going to square root, so I get x plus 2 equals, and remember when you square root a term, you put both a plus and a minus in front. Since the square root of 4 is 2 and minus 2, square root of 9 is 3 and minus 3. We put a plus and a minus to represent both. And then to get rid of a positive 2, we subtract 2. I get x equals, and just for the sake of neatness, we put the minus 2 at the front. Minus 2 plus or minus root 6. So that's the solve part. Okay, if it just asks you to complete the square, write it in this format. You just need to do this step. Completing gets you to there. When it comes to sketching the graph, you go back to what you've drawn there. Now, we know that an x squared graph generally is a smiley face shaped graph. So if the plus 2, remember inside the bracket does the opposite of what you expect, so it's going to move your graph to left, and then minus 6 is what you'd expect. This is your up or down, so it's going to move the graph down. So you need to go starting at 0, 0, since that's the bottom point of the standard x squared graph. We're going to go 2 left, and you're going to go 6 down. Remember, there's no scales. You just need a U-shaped graph. Now that point there is minus 2, minus 6, since we've gone 2 left and 6 down. And this point here, they will always ask for. All you need to do is look back at your original equation. The end value is minus 2, so it crosses through at minus 2. When it says turning point, that is just the fancy word for what is the coordinate of the bottom part of our curve. Well, that point is there, so that there is our turning point. Hopefully that one is a little bit more straightforward now, but we will do another example just in case. So what I'd advise is pause the video, give this one a go, and then listen through it in a second. So first thing we're going to do is put it into our completed square format. So I half the middle term. Half of minus 6 is minus 3 all squared. Minus 3 squared is going to give me 9. I don't want 9, I want 2, so I need to subtract 7. Okay, all we're going to do is then solve it. So if I add 7 to both sides, I get x minus 3 all squared equals 7. I can then square root it. So x minus 3 is equal to the square root of 7. Again, remember when you square root, you put a plus and a minus. And then to get rid of minus 3, we're going to add 3. And same as we did last time, for neatness, that number goes at the front. 3 plus or minus root 7. So you've done complete the square. You've solved it, and then when we talk about the graph, we go back to the completed the square format. Minus 3 is the opposite of what you expect, so this is your x direction. So minus means I'm actually going to go right 3, and then minus 7, well, that's your up or down direction, so we're going to go down 7. So we go across to 3 minus 7. I know that's the bottom point of my curve. Just be very careful, go back to your question to find where it crosses the y-axis. This time it crosses through at positive 2. So I know the top point of my curve has to be above the axes. So it's going to be something like that, with that point there being at positive 2 this time instead of negative 2 we had last time. So all you need to do, that's your sketch. Turning point is then just whatever that coordinate at the bottom there is. So that there is my turning point. Hopefully that makes things a little bit easier on the first few questions. Any other problems, let me know.